քաղաքական մշակույթի դեմ, օրենքով գողերի ազդեցության դեմ պայքարի համար, պայքարի նպատակով։ Մենք տեղյակ ենք, որ Վրաստանում այդ գործընթացը մի փոքր ավելի վաղ սկսվեց, ինչ արդյունքի դուք հասաք եւ որն է գլխավոր հետևությունը տարիներ անց այդ պայքարի եւ պարոն նախարար հարց նաեւ ձեզ այս առումով ինչ ունենք մենք Վրաստանից այսպես հաջողված օրինակ վերցնելու եւ այս առումով փորձի փոխանակման ինչ ծրագրեր ինչ քայլեր են քննարկվել շնորհակալություն
Thank you very much for this question. There was an event in Georgia that everybody knows, and this event was called Rose Revolution. After that revolution, the Georgian government, as you are aware, began fighting against organized crime according to a so-called zero tolerance policy. The then president of Georgia would even say in parliament that everyone should go to jail. Very shortly it describes the then approach of the then Georgian government towards the organized crime, including the crimes committed by the so-called thieves in law and the networks animated by those. The legislative framework was then also reformed, and it became very, very strict one. This fight was necessary, but this fight was full of shortcomings as well. These shortcomings, we, the current government of Georgia, needed to correct, because this was about protecting human rights whilst fighting crime. You cannot pretend having an European aspiration. You cannot be a member of the Council of Europe. You cannot be contracting party of the European Convention of Human Rights like Georgia is, without caring about human rights whilst fighting organized crime. Of course, such a fight is not an easy one. It's easier to fight crime without caring about the rights. It's easier. In short term, it's even more effective. But if we want, and we do want in Georgia, to have a human rights-based approach whilst putting in place policies, including criminal policy, then one should definitely care about human rights. So if you ask me what kind of mistake to avoid, is that to have this balanced approach, not to tolerate the crime, but protecting human rights at the same time. Today, in Georgia, we are fighting the same kind of crime according to the European Convention standards. This is not an easy way to go, but this is the only way to go. The current challenge in Georgia lies in a coordination between the Ministry of Justice and the police. Because the Ministry of Justice is managing the penitentiary system, and when you fight an organized crime and subculture, you cannot think that these two systems inside and system outside are two different and separate systems. These are two parts of the same system. So right now with my colleague from the Interior Ministry, we are working on coordination and cooperation in order to join efforts to fight this subculture and to fight the organized crime.
What about the results?
The results are quite positive, I should say, but it would be a mistake to say we fought the crime, we defeated it, and now we can be confident that everything is right. This is an everyday fight. Of course, the challenge is not of the same degree as it was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, but you need to be careful every day. This is an everyday fight. We do not have, however, the thieves-in-law who govern the society like it was 15 and 20 years ago. We can loudly say that Georgia defeated it, this phenomenon. But what we need now and what we are doing now is to fight some signals that some networks would like to revive. And this is an everyday work.